Hey everybody, we're back. Hopefully we're working. Hopefully it's working. Yeah, that was crazy. The weather out there is definitely frightful. We got up to 65, 70 mile wind gusts, and it's knocking crazy. So hopefully that this can stay this time, and we can rock it. I'm hoping. So this today, I before we begin though, I will tell you that there will be no grow show tomorrow. I know. Wow, 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 wow. I gotta go do some stuff tomorrow, and we will. I'll probably do Planet Coast later on in the day to kind of make up for that. But today we'll do the Grow Show. Tomorrow won't exactly be a Grow Show. We'll probably just play Planet Coast to hang out and do like we did last week. But it won't be at 1 o'clock. I don't know what time that'll be, but I have some stuff that I have to do, and it'll definitely interfere with the 1 o'clock Grove Show thing. So I just want to get that out of the way for everybody, so people weren't expecting anything. And unfortunately, we started at 1:30 instead of 1 o'clock. So, but I had to reboot the modem, reboot the computer. Things were like crazy. The lights were flickering, and you were supposed to get like 1 to 2 inches of rain today. We had, you kidding it? My trash can's heavy, and it was blowing it around the yard. It's like a hurricane out there. So, yeah, that's the craziness that's going on right now. It's not fun. It's definitely not fun. So hopefully you guys are chilling out there and all that stuff, and you know. So, but today we got some news topics to talk about. That since the news is pretty slow, that we would definitely try to get some stuff, because there's been a couple. What I feel, I mean, nothing was officially announced by Disney, but it looks like Bob Iger is taking the reins back from Bob Chapek at Disney. And think about this. Everybody is hurting. Every company that's closed is hurting. I mean, unless you were smart enough. I mean, we don't have any money coming in, so to speak, for my company, but everybody's laid off. Everybody's hunkered down. We're actually making more money being employed than we are employed. So it's kind of like, all right, our customers are there when they reopen. We're good. I've been talking to them all in between all this, so we're good. Just so the thing with Disney, it made the most sense. Nobody expected anything like this to happen. And I noticed on the internet, people are starting to get testy with each other. And the reason why I say that is everybody in my house locked down. We all got it, the virus, all that stuff. Oh, wow, it's like pouring. It's like somebody's peeing on top of the house. It's pouring. And it comes up to mind. And hear me out on this. A lot of people say this is overblown. And I've always said from the beginning, yes, it's overblown. They threw out panic when maybe they shouldn't have. That's why you don't have toilet paper and a lot of food. People panicked. People don't know nothing, and unless you have the facts, you're not an authority on it. Unless you're not a doctor or whatever. But I could tell you from it, even today, on Facebook, battling out with people. I want people to understand something. If we don't do something soon, this isn't a scare tactic. I just want people to know this. If we don't do something soon about this, be prepared for 1 year, 18 months, 2 years before what you're living in ends. Just being honest, and I'm going to tell you why. People are under the suspicion that social distancing will stop the virus. It will not. If you paid attention to any news, unless you think you're an authoritarian on this thing, if you think you're the almighty master knowing, social distancing does not kill the virus. It just kicks the can down the road. It's kind of like the debt with the government. Just kicks the can down the road for somebody else to fix. And what I mean by that is they say slow the spread, stop flatten the curve. They're not saying drop the curve, flatten the curve, so you don't overwhelm the hospital, the healthcare system. That's all this is for. So if you haven't gotten it, you most likely will get it at some point. The only way, I know this sounds crazy, like a conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat kind of thing, is herd immunity. Now, I know a lot of people would die from it, but If not, be prepared for and whenever businesses are open, that's it. There'll never be another park, another movie theater, another nothing. It'll all be gone. Somebody's gonna have to try to rebuild that from scratch. It'll be all gone. You know. I appreciate uh all the people, people like Eli, people that and John that work within, first responders, people in the hospital. We appreciate all that stuff that people are doing. I'm not knocking that. I'm not saying that at all. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? I am not the almighty of almighty things. Hey, what's up, Craig? I'm not saying that. So basically what I'm trying to say is we got to figure it out. And John said some idiot tried to take me on today. I know who the idiot is. I'm not going to say names. I'm not here to throw people under the bus. But what I'm going to say this is... Yeah, we're going to talk about that too, John. About the lawsuit, about the membership fees. I'll say this. And I know this... Maybe it does... Maybe I am selfish. Maybe I sound selfish. Maybe everybody... Think about this. Think about this for a second. We all want the theme parks open, right? We all want to go back to our lives and have fun. Whatever it is you enjoy. Theme parks, maybe you like ballet, maybe you like opera, whatever you like. Unless we do something, you're never going to see an opera, a Six Flags, a Lake Compounds, a Quasi, a nothing. You'll never see a movie theater again. It'll all die. Now, I'm not saying just open it up and the hell with people. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. I don't want anybody to die. But the people that do get it will have antibodies and can go out in public and do whatever they want. They're not a threat anymore. So what I feel is someone like myself, someone that has it, someone that whatever, there is not going to be, if anybody, I will personally slap anybody out there that takes a vaccine that's not properly been tested. You're only asking for trouble. I can't take that vaccine because all vaccines have shellfish in it. And if I take that vaccine, I will die. I can't eat shellfish. I'll get very sick. But if I take that, I'm a goner. Just by taking it. I already got the antibodies. Well, I don't know if I have. I got to take that test whenever it's available to see, about the antibody. But I should have the antibodies to it. But the whole thing is, as more and more people get positive, there's going to be less and less people that don't have it. So my proposition to get things, and you could do it, there's a responsible. I don't know. I'm not an economist. I'm not a doctor. So these are just thoughts in my head. You can, whether you cut capacity, there's got to be a way. I know like the parks in China are doing something to try to help curb that thing. Yeah, you just, what happens is the people that don't have it become a minority. So, say the majority of this population has the antibodies, whatever. A bunch of people die, and so on and so forth. And, I don't know what you do. I don't know how you feel. You know what I mean? DTG gang. I have no idea. If we continue to do social distancing, 2 years, whenever the vaccine comes out, that's when Six Flags will open. Because here's the thing, and I saw this pop up, which makes sense. You have to be careful because, say, they just go screw it and reopen everything. Now all of a sudden you get what they call the second wave. Now are all these different companies on the hook and can be sued for that? There has to be something that says you can't sue because you're taking a chance. I mean, it's stupidity. It's fine. Somebody will find a way to sue. And so, yeah, people are brainwashed for fear. Me, I've said from the beginning, hey, just stay home for a little bit, figure this out. And the more I look at it, it's just fear-mongering at its best. Look, I could tell you from personal, not conspiracy theory, not anything. I can tell you personal experience about this virus. I can tell you, living it. I can tell you from the people I've been around that have it. I can tell you what it's like and how they feel and what's going on. Now, I'm not saying all cases that way, but one person in the family had it pretty bad and they're getting better. They didn't have to go to the hospital, no ventilator. I know some people will end up on ventilators and dying. I know that. Myself, I had no symptoms. None, nothing. I still don't. My two boys don't. Jessica and her daughter kind of, nothing major. But still there. It's the way that we have it, it's really nothing more than just a kind of mutated flu. That's all it is. That's really all it is. It's nothing worse than a flu. I mean, there's bronchitis involved with it, and I mean the people that get it bad, and I'm not knocking those people, but the people that even the scientists don't totally fully understand why this thing is taking people out. With the underlying conditions and stuff like that. I mean, my parents are retarded. Because now we told my parents, stay the hell away. I mean, we haven't been around my parents for 3 weeks. So my mother calls me up the other day and goes, hey, instead of getting Easter presents, we'll buy you guys some food so you don't have to go out. I was like, all right, well, you can put it all out on the porch, get in your car, and then we'll, let me know. And then you leave. We'll open the door, you leave. And he was like, all right. Well, he comes out. My father's 75. He has COPD. He should not be out. He's struggling out of breath. I said, get in the car. I'll get the boys to do it. Just sit in the car. Don't come near us. And that's what we did. And then we went out in the yard. We were probably about 10, 15 feet away from each other talking. And there you go. That's what we did. So that way my father don't get it. They were out at BJ's shopping, just trying to make sure that we had food and stuff, which was cool. And but I told him, I said, stay to home. What are you doing? So the whole point of this is to get back to Disney, which I totally veered off track. But I just wanted to tell people, for our experience, it's nothing more than a flu. That's not trying to be conspiracy theory, nothing. For Six Flags and other parks to open, to get them open, they're not going to open until one is a vaccine or they can figure out a way to open safely, which people are going to freak out and it ain't going to happen. So with that being said, you have to decide for yourself. Do you feel healthy enough just to go out and say screw it? Yes, if you get it, you're going to be sick, or you could be asymptomatic and have nothing and just be a carrier. You know what I mean? You'll have antibodies, whatever, and you'll just whatever. You got to roll the dice. I mean, if you got underlying conditions, stay in the house. Don't go out till you can get a vaccine or something. Just don't. Trust me, because the ones that Jess has underlying conditions. She's got asthma that could take her out, but nothing right now going on. Like I said, we'll see how everything else goes on here. But for me, I feel fine. I'm not sick. I'm not dying. Thank God. Knock on wood. Like, we're okay. We're just staying away from everybody. I mean, don't get me wrong. I go to Dunkin', drive through. They're all wearing masks. Everybody's wearing masks. I get my coffee. I'm okay for the day. I'm not going in stores. I'm not doing anything. I'm not sneezing, coughing on anybody. It is what it is. So, to get back to Disney, to answer the question about what's going on and why Iger's brought back, Bob Iger has a track record that is unbelievable, just by what he's done and how he's grown Disney since taking over when he did. J Peck has worked in a lot of different, in almost every spot of the company, but he doesn't have that experience, and I believe what's going on is the board of directors probably don't have enough faith in him right now to handle the craziness that's about to be dropped on Disney. Everybody else, but what the hell? Oh, that's a dog. I was wondering what that noise was. So with what do you call it? So with Bob Iger taking it made the most sense for him not to. I think his contract, and he's gonna have to stay a little bit longer than he wanted. Disney itself is what I've been hearing has been borrowing money to stay afloat. They don't have the cash, so to speak. You know what I mean? Uh, it's all rumor. I have no idea, but I heard that. But I also heard they bought land near the near Disney, near Magic Kingdom somewhere, and all that stuff. So they're probably gonna have to keep Bob Iger doing the CEO thing. They have a lot of faith in him. His track record proves it, and I think he'll get it back and then hand it back over to Chapek. You know, this is unprecedented. Nobody would ever woke up one day and go, "We got a virus and it's killing people, and we're in a pandemic." Nobody ever thought that in a million years. I know I didn't. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't. I never thought in our lifetime we would see something like that. So now we're all stuck in this. Well, we're stuck home. People are calling each other selfish and ignorant and everything. Look, everybody's got different beliefs in here, right? A lot of people think it's overblown, and it is a lot of fear. So don't worry about that aspect. Just listen to the facts of what's going on. Not all the crazy. Take the fear mongering out of it. Look at the legit facts of what's going on. That's going to determine whether you get up and go screw this, or you're going to hide from a flu. It's a flu that's mutated and crazy. Like I said, I'm not denying that it's not serious. People are dying. People are getting real messed up. So I'm not trying to take that out of it, but don't listen to the fear. They're trying. See, I was talking to one of my friends last night, and I said, look, something about this doesn't feel right. I know it sounds like a tinfoil hat thing. I'll give you an example. They say going to the store will cut capacity, which is still more than going camping. You can't go camping, but you could go to the store. Why? Camping's safer than going to the store. Just saying, camping is safer than going to the store. So, in my mind, something's not right, and I'm trying to figure that out, what that is, without being a tinfoil hat kind of guy, you know what I mean? So, that's what we're trying to do. So, with Disney, I think Bob Iger is going to do the right thing, and he'll turn around. It's going to take a little time. Yeah, the news hyped it up way too much, and that's why you have no toilet paper, you got no food. Every time I go, actually, the best places to go to get stuff is hey, Nicholas, how you doing, bud? The best thing to do, if you're looking for, toilet paper and other items, go to your local place. You'll pay more, but you'll find stuff. I mean, we got the lock on when toilet paper deliveries are at a store around here. We know when it is. We know what time it comes, and that's when we go and we need to get some. Or we'll go get some for somebody else. We know that. Un testigo, that's Spanish for I need a witness. Yeah, fishing. Yeah, do you see the rules, John, for fishing? If the beginning of your last name, the letter A through M is even days, and N through Z is odd days, like that's gonna be whatever. And Max, no, there's nothing wrong with the SLC. The Riddler is fine now. Riddler Revenge is absolutely fine now. No headbanging. It's more intense. It actually took it from the bottom of the lineup to close to the top. There's a top-tiered coaster in that park. I know there are people who do not like the Riddler. I know that for a fact. Even with the new restraints, they're like, it's still throwing me around a little bit, but that's fine. Ryan, here's my thing about the virus. I think if we get to a place, even in the summer where it opens, and then if the virus comes back, I don't think anybody's going to hide in the bunker anymore. People are sick of it. People are scared, but people are sick of it. You can't keep... What happens is you can't keep going open, close, open... You can't do that. You either keep it all shut down until you fix it, or just forget it. If you're afraid, stay in your house. If you're not afraid, go out and have fun. I'm not afraid. We could sing the Eminem song. I'm not afraid to take a stand. That's gonna be us. I haven't gone yet. I don't have. Hey, John, can you go saltwater fishing or no? Like, can you go on a dock saltwater fishing, or if it's only freshwater? Because if it's salt, I'd rather do saltwater than freshwater. I'd rather go park my car somewhere and just go fishing for saltwater if I can. You know, like down by Galilee or something. I would love that. But those parking lots might be all closed, and you can't park on the street. They're trying to keep people from going to the beach. Yeah, but I know China said they were going to get rid of the wet markets, and they didn't. And I saw that, and I was just like, if we get a second wave around the holidays again, nobody is gonna. People are gonna get sick of staying home. They're just gonna give the finger to the government and go. But what I honestly, if you want to be able to have your parks open and your stuff in the United States, movie theaters, tourist destinations, etc., the best plan of attack would be keep the United States borders shut down until it's figured out. No Canada, no Mexico, no Europe, no Asia, no Australia, no Spain, no nothing. Just keep it shut until you guys, keep that over there. No more traveling in, no more traveling out. You're stuck. That's it. Done. Let that side of the world kill each other. We'll stay over here and kill ourselves over here, and we'll enjoy our amusement parks while we go down in flames. How about that? Because that's all. That's all that's gonna happen. I'm just telling you. It's all that's gonna happen. Yeah, it's stupid to pay for it. I mean, I understand the freshwater license because of they stock the freshwater, but the saltwater they're not stocking the ocean. But I bet you the the fish and stuff are thriving right now. I bet you the water's a little cleaner. Versus what it's been. I'm sure it's still disgusting, but that's one thing I haven't seen is if the water around here has cleared up like everybody else's water is clearing up. I know there's still commercial fishing boats going out. I know that much. Hey, did you know that if you like canobles, that you can go fish in their river? You can actually bring a fishing pole and go fishing there. And you can bring dogs on a few rides. I think the antique cars, I think the train ride, and the carousel, I think you can put dogs on. I don't know if there's any others, but I think those are the three. You can bring your dog on. Yeah, don't they take till like June or something? When they start really hitting the stripers? It's because there's not many people in a boat. You know what I mean? Nobody's out and about, and everybody's in their house. Nobody's on a boat. Nobody's nothing. I think what you're gonna see is the fish population's gonna skyrocket. I think because there's not much stuff. Yeah, there's people that are always fishing at canobles all the time in those rivers over there that run through the park. Max, if I went to California for 3 days, would you recommend 2 days at Magic Mountain and 1 day at Knott's, or all 3 days? Depends when you go, Max. When I went in January, I literally did every ride in the park at both parks by like 3 o'clock every day. And I mean, we went ride to ride to ride, and we rode everything. We had smoke breaks. We had cigarette breaks. We'd look in gift shops. We'd go ride. They were dead in January when I was there during a week. I mean, if you're going on a weekend, you're going to need all 3 days at Magic Mountain. Then you're going to need another couple of days at Knott's. If you can swing it, go like Tuesday, Wednesday. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday would be the best days, I think, to do those parks. And depending upon when you go too. I mean, from the experience I had this year, that it was dead. I think the longest wait I had was full throttle, and that was like 3 train wait. 3 or 4, something like that. Well, I mean, which isn't bad. I mean, I think they only have one train, maybe 2. No, were they running 2? No, they were running 1. I think. Yeah, they were only running 1 that day because it was dead. I mean, even what do you call it? Twisted Colossus wasn't open. That was closed, so I didn't get that credit. But I got everything else that was open. Yeah, we're going to talk about that next. So, nobody knows for sure. Yeah, January, February. Here's the thing about that Dorney code. 2 things. Nobody knows 100% sure if Possessed is leaving or not. Because nothing's been announced, but the other second part to it, the meeting's already been canceled for them. They've already taken it off the agenda. If you go and hang on, let me look real quick. Yeah, let's look it up. But it's already been wait, hang on, let me do this. Dorney Park. Oops. I mean, we've heard about what it is, and where what it is and what it's doing. Could it remove Possessed? Yes. Will it? I don't know, because it's not showing it on the plan, so everybody just automatically went, "Hey, this is what's going on," and nobody knows for sure. What's going on. Yeah, see, if you look at the plan, they've already withdrawn. It says at the request on April 16th, Planning Commission public notice. Man, what's today? Today's the 13th. So in 3 days they were supposed to do this. Today's the 13th. So I don't know what day that they did this. But it says, at the request of the following project have been withdrawn from the April 16th Planning Commission meeting. Dorney Park Attraction Major Plan 2020-102, and then the other stuff. So they removed it. I don't know if because there's too much heat on it and they're trying to keep it quiet and they're trying to do things on the sly, or it's just canceled. It's potentially that could be canceled. Oop, the lights kind of dimmed a little bit. Got a little darker. That's too real not to happen. U.S. Cop Watch says Six Flags Magic Mountain is getting access code for 2020. It's already been confirmed. So again, like I said, I don't know too much about it. I'm just waiting to hear things. Nobody knows for sure what is going. We've heard so many different things for Six Flags Magic Mountain. We heard a Super Splash. We heard Jersey Devil. What do you call it? Clone. We've heard all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? So right now, we'll take any rumors coming out with a grain of salt. Here's the reason why. Right now, you can't, unless they've already paid for the ride. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't have the knowledge to that because of what's going on. Six Flags is not going to really be spending much money. Not until they get the park open and they start generating more income. Because until that happens, there is no way in hell. They just don't have it right now. Could they have it? Yeah. Right now, no. That's why, like, when that Dorney thing hit, I was like, really? In the midst of all of this going on, and the parks are shut down, oh, so you work at a Six Flags. So, like I said, I don't know. I don't know if you work at Magic Mountain or a Texas Park or wherever you work to get the information. I mean, it would be nice to see what an Access Coaster does, but there's been so many rumors flying around, and the way that Six Flags is currently working right now, which isn't, there's going to be no money, and I think a lot of this stuff is kind of wishful thinking right at this particular moment until things open. Until things open, there's nothing that points to anybody, you know, people, you know, we all heard about, what do you call it? Discovery Kingdom losing their mouse coaster this year. It might get pushed to 21. We don't know. There was, it looks like Laron might not even open this year. But what I'm going to do right now is, oh, I hate when it does this. I don't know why. It's still coming up with sixflags.com/books. All right, so what I want to do is I want to go park to park. Not the water parks. So I'm going to go to Discovery Kingdom. Yeah, see right now, Discovery Kingdom, when you click rides, there should be a new for 2020. Let's see. What's new? Let's see what's new. Yeah, so they just show the 4D coaster. They show nothing about nothing. So it looks like that's been removed. So let's go to the next park. So we just looked at Magic Mountain, didn't have anything. So let's look at Over Georgia. What's new? Yeah, Catwoman Whip and Poison Ivy for 2020. So they're still showing that that's coming. It's still showing that. All right, let's see. Six Flags Great America. What was supposedly they getting? Oh, the water slide, right? Come on. Come on, Six Flags. Is this for 2020? Yeah. Alright, so that's still on their site for their water coaster. That hasn't been canceled yet. Yet is the key word. Let's see, Six Flags America. Oh, you work for corporate. Hey, USA Cop Watch, get me a job at corporate. I would love a job at corporate. Let's help make Six Flags better. All right, Six Flags America. They're still getting their thing. Let's see if St. Louis is still getting their ride or if they're getting porked. So far, they're still getting their ride. I know New England, when I looked a couple days ago, was still getting their ride. We know Great Adventure's still getting Daredevil Dive. Let's look at the Great Escape and see if... I mean, Great Escape still might get there. See, it's still coming. That ride doesn't really cost much. Any big ride, big projects are probably going to get canceled because they said they're gonna get rid of stuff. Like I don't know what was Darien Lake supposed to, I forgot. Like Darien Lake was just kind of off my radar and I didn't care. No, they're still getting their water slide. I mean, they said they're cutting a lot of money out of their capex and all that, and so who knows? I don't know, but I don't think. I think what's going to happen with like lake compounds with the what they'll probably build it, but not open it till next year. Because by the time that they're really going to open, I mean, they might open it. I don't know what they're going to do. Oh yeah, I got to get the. I still didn't send the questions to. Shit. Oops. I got to get that done. I forgot to send them to Jerry. I got to send that stuff in so he can get it to whoever the powers that be. Oops. I'm a failure. That's all right. It's not like we're running out of time to do this stuff. We got time. We got time and then some. We got plenty of time. It says Goliath takeout available. I think we're not going to know the total repercussions until they open. And the reason why I say that is, look, they don't know. No park, no, not like Compound, not Six Flags, not Cedar Fair, not nobody. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what's going on because it's so unpredictable what the government's ready to do. Yeah, Larry's the one that I'm going to be doing the interview with. And I think he was at one of the guys that was at Nor'easter, which is fine. I mean, those two guys that were at Nor'easter were hilarious. Same thing with the guys up at Great Escape. I mean, I hate to say it, the weakest... I would say the weakest presentation was Six Flags New England. And I think it's just because of... I noticed Six Flags New England, and oh, you lost power. I'm sure I'm next on that list. If I do go out, that's because the power went out. If I just all of a sudden stop from here, that means the power went out. So I wanted to get that out there before, because the wind's just going crazy. Nobody, I know, and I think it kind of has something to do with Wicked Cyclone and Coastacon. And the reason why I say that is the park was open and doing things, and then after, Wicked Cyclone didn't win a golden ticket, and they were really trying hard, and people went, I don't like it. And just as things were going on, and you're noticing they're kind of keeping tight-lipped, and they're giving information on a need-to-know basis. They just kind of say, okay, this is coming, we're not showing you nothing. I don't know, I could be totally wrong and off the mark, I don't know. I just feel that there's a little secretive kind of thing going on. Like, it's okay to show it. We all know what's coming. They've announced it. So we want to see about DC Universe and Supergirl and all that. But we won't know what's canceled, what's not, until they start opening everything up. You know, I know. We don't work for Six Flags or Disney or anything. All rides are still coming to Six Flags, even though they said they were cutting money out of the budget. I figured for 2020, all rides would be, would be a go, and then next year would be kind of iffy. Depending upon how parks did, if they opened, if not. Yeah, Ryan, I know. Yeah, nobody knows when anything's going to open. They just... See, here's the problem. Especially like in the East Coast area. If, say, Great Adventure in June goes, okay, we're opening. But they didn't nip that virus in the bud in New York and New Jersey. there goes your second wave. That's why everybody's being cautious. Nobody wants, you gotta, because think about it. If people know that things are back open, people know Six Flags is still open. They're just not. You know what I mean? They're not gonna. What do you call it? People aren't gonna stay home. They're gonna just go there. So who knows? Think Scream could go where the buildings are behind Goliath and move them to where American Eagle is if they scrap it. They might have to change their road a bit, but it's plausible. Are you talking about Scream from Magic Mountain? Theme Park New England. If you're going to buy some, now would be the time. I mean, I know it's going to... But before it realistically, last week would have been a good spot. It depends, because the stocks have been doing this kind of rebound thing lately. Let me look. Screw you, Michael's in your homeschooling. That's another thing. My kids didn't do any homeschooling today. They was like... I think they forgot that there was still school. Hang on. So let me see what we got. Yeah, stock went down. Their stock currently is at $15.10. It started at... What did it start at? $16.20. It's lost $1.03. It's down. Oh, that 52-week high was $59.52. The 52-week low was $8.75. That would have been the if you bought it at $8.75, woo, you would already made a little bit of chunk of change and then just watch it go up. I mean, it went as low as $14.05, and then people were buying it, selling, buying. I mean, will it ever get back to that $59? Yes. It will. So, I would, if you're going to buy it, I would buy it. Maybe, yeah, I would buy it. If I was going to do it, and I'm probably not because I'm an idiot, I would buy it. Removing the rapids might be better. That's a public park across the street. Yeah, Flawless Coast has lost their mojo, their whatever. I mean, they're cool if they're done right, but they're not awesome like they used to be. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love Batman at New England. That for being small and compact, that thing's intense for as small as it is. Packs a punch. They got a bang for their buck on that ride in New England. They definitely did. Hey, what's up, Grobble? They definitely got bang for their buck for making that Batman coaster at New England. That was definitely money well. That was actually money well spent. I forgot how much that cost back when, but it wasn't a lot. But yeah, it was definitely money well spent in that aspect for what you got. Dive coasters, they're not that awesome either. I wouldn't, if I was Six Flags, I wouldn't invest in them. I mean, I guess they're popular. But I would probably go more with the what is it? Gerschlauer makes their version. I would do that one. One, it's cheaper, and I mean, I rode the one in Knott's Berry Farm. Hang Time, I actually like that one better than the B&M ones. I found I had more fun, more enjoyment out of that than I did with the B&M one. I know that sounds crazy, but I did. I had more enjoyment. The more when you sit down and think about it, like I love SheiKra. That's my favorite B&M dive coaster. That's my favorite one that I've ridden. Because I've only ridden what, two? I rode Shikra and Griffin. Right, I haven't ridden Valraven. I haven't ridden the one at Canada's Wonderland yet, because they were building the one at Canada's Wonderland when I was there. So, and then I rode Hang Time at Knott's Berry, and I like that better than the Shikra and Griffin. It's compact, it's smaller, it gives you a better ride. It was a more comfortable ride. I had a lot of fun on it. It did a whole bunch of stuff. It was cool. Like, I think, like, if... But the problem is Six Flags doesn't really work with Gerslau. Because of that accident with the new Texas Giant. So, I feel that if they could do that... that would be good. You could put that whole coaster probably in Goliath's spot in New England. You could do that all day. Yeah, see, I couldn't work at Six Flags. I wouldn't make enough money. They couldn't afford me. Yeah, and how much... Yeah, but aren't the dive coasters from B&M like over 20? I would rather spend hang time money and get that coaster than get... I don't know. For me, if I, like... Put it this way, like, if I was a millionaire and I was going to pick a roller coaster and I could only choose between Gerstlauer and, I was going to put it in my backyard and I had to choose between a B&M and a Gerstlauer dive, I would take the Gerstlauer one. Not because of cost, but just because of the fun. Hang time has a little bit more intensity level out of it than a B&M. The B&M ones are smooth, and it's just kind of like, just going. It's not really, like, crazy. It's not. It's really not that intense. The scary part is if you're sitting in the front row and waiting for it to drop. That's it. Other than that, it's just kind of elegance and just flying and just, just doing its thing. That's why. Okay, the lowest cost dives are 18 million. So, I'm telling you, not to even. You bought some rides in 2021. Why do I feel that this USA Cop Watch guy really isn't a corporate guy? Because number one, and the reason why I say that is because I know from being on the inside, knowing things that I'm not supposed to know, and things I've kept my mouth shut about because I'm not supposed to know. Anybody that works for that company shouldn't be in here saying any of that. That's against the non-disclosure. I mean, as long as whoever this person is isn't saying what rides, but they shouldn't be saying nothing. Because that's how we used to know stuff back in the day from somebody from corporate used to spill the beans and tell us everything. Once upon a time ago. But I couldn't work at like Six Flags New England as a ride op or something. They couldn't afford me. I'd be the most expensive ride op they ever had. I'd probably be making just as much money or more than park presidents and managers. I would never go from my current company to that and work that. No offense. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying they couldn't afford me. Because I would demand my exact salary that I got now to work. And they wouldn't give that to me. And I know that. That's not what that's meant for. But they wouldn't. Because, like, I know that some rides were bought for 2021. I know that for a fact. Like, I know Magic Mountain. For sure. Well, maybe not, but I know that there's something going around. And projects may or may not be canceled. So, like I said, it's just everything right now with the coronavirus is all hearsay. Everything is just nobody knows nothing. It doesn't matter. I don't even know when I can open my business. 25 what? Rides? What, 25 parks? They're not buying any parks. Six Flags needs to sell parks. I'll get rid of some. Well, let's hypothetically say that USA Cop Watch is A corporate. I don't think so, but let's just hypothetically say it is. Let's just say, and I know it's not, but let's just hypothetically say that USA Cop Watch is, in fact, a corporate person. And if that's the case, I will tell you this: sell some stuff, cut the fat, don't give rides every year. That's what's part of killing your company. Hang time's a little longer, Goliath a little thicker, not quite. Flashback would probably be better. Whoa. Oh, we might be. I don't know if you guys can see the dimming of the lights. I don't know if we're gonna lose you. I don't know if you can see that going on in the background. Oh, this is getting funny. See the flickering? That's crazy. I get a kick out of it. Come on, do it again. Flicker. Oh, Peanut, you farted. You stinky dog. Woo! Woo hoo! Your butt. Watch out, P. I'm gonna spray your butt. Woo! Damn, dog. Woo wee! Dog farted. Dog, damn. But yeah, I honestly think that, yeah, I mean, I've always said that. Scrambler, balloon race, the balloon race, get rid of, what do you call it? Flashback, get rid of Goliath. You can, that little, what do you call it? That little road that takes you by the entrance and exit of Goliath, the bumper cars there. You could keep that, but if there's a ride, you could make it a tunnel in the netting and stuff so people could still walk through it. But you still could use the whole area to do that. Oh man, that stink. The dog was sitting under here just farting away. It's disgusting. We deal with that like on a regular basis with this dog. It's got the stinkiest butt ever. If parks. Yeah, I mean, because if you think about it, the delays with West Coast races really put it as it's really a 2021 attract. I mean, 2020 attraction. So getting one for 2021 is a good idea. Yeah, there ain't no way in hell Six Flags is opening May 10th. Not gonna happen. No shot. There is zero shot. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. And plus, Lerone can't open because Quebec said nothing till the end of August. No big gas, nothing. So Leron's not opening. They're probably not even going to open Leron this year. They're going to cut their losses and just be like, you're done this year. We'll worry about next. New York COVID-19 deaths past 10,000. Come on, get out of here. What I'm trying to do is trying to find out what is this? That's that. Yeah, I can't find it, and I keep looking. There was this thing with the virus. You could see the curve. That was showing all the different states, when they were hitting their peaks and stuff like that. That's what I was trying to find, to try to tell you. I honestly, I'm not trying to be the alarmist. Don't expect anything till July, August. Don't bother. Don't think about it. It ain't gonna happen. It's just not. because people are too scared. People are just, under that, like I get it. People are scared. People don't want to die. People don't want to be sick. And by all means, that's fine. But the media got you guys all riled up and scared so much that when I go, we could have, done stuff. The problem is when you got areas hit like New York, they got a lot of cases, a lot of people dying. You can't really open anything up on the East Coast because those people are going to come here. And I know this, John, that just, he left to go do his generator. We're both from Rhode Island. We can attest, right? We can attest that when we're around, I see it in my own area. You see out of state plates coming all the time. The people from New York are going down to they have beach houses in Newport, Middletown, all in the beach areas, and they're coming up here. They're trying to escape to get tests, have kids, do whatever because of everything going on. You can't open parks and stuff when those people won't stay put. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You just can't. There's no way around it. You are not, and that's why. If people would have, took this a little bit more serious, we probably could have already had the curve. We could be like on the end of this thing, but and I don't want to hear people politicize. Everybody's wrong. Everybody is. Keep the politics out of it. Talk about the facts, not politics, because that's all people are doing, and we're not here for that. We're here to tell you that I don't know. I'm not even going to guess you a date. I couldn't even throw it. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't even throw a dot at a calendar to even guess. Even if you just made the whole wall a yearly calendar, I wouldn't even throw the dot at it because I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know when this is going to end. I'm just, if you want me to make a prediction, July, August. I don't know what date. I don't know what time of the day. I don't know when. That's just my guess. Anything before that ain't going to happen. I'm sorry, guys. It's just not. And I'm not just talking about theme. I'm talking movie theaters, concerts, civic centers, sports, nothing. Kaput. You got no shot. Anything with crowds? Nope. You're just not. And I don't want to make people sad and cry and go, we all want it. We all want to go back to our life, and it's not going to happen. Because people are scared. If you take the fear out of it, think about this for a second. I don't want any of you guys to die, and I don't want to die. I don't want to see any of you get sick, and I don't want to be sick. I have it, but that's okay. But what I am going to tell you is this. If you let the fear eat you, you will never leave your house again. Never. Now, you can either accept it and go, okay, I want to be safe. I'm not really fear-mongering, but I can't afford to get it. Somebody that could be, someone like my dad, that should not be out and is out. Somebody like that should stay inside. You know what I mean? Stay on your property. Don't go near people until this is nipped in the bud. Sucks for somebody like that, but that's what should happen. Number one. Number two, if you're fairly healthy, your chances of getting it, you could end up being asymptomatic. Maybe you get it and you just kind of get a little bit of the flu. Oh, we do need to do a takeover. I'm telling you, once we find out for sure when it's opening, we're going to do a get-together, like what we did last year for opening day. We're going to do a meet-up and hang out. And like I said, I don't know when that is, but when we do, we're going to. And I'm going to try and talk to Jen for us to get something. Even if we got, I don't know, just a little something. We're not expecting everything, just to say, hey, can you hook us up? Like, maybe give everybody an exit pass just so we can all ride together, or a flash pass ticket thing. We just want to take over a train. That's all we want to do. I'm not saying give us ERT. I'm not saying give us a meal. I'm not saying nothing. Or we all just meet up and just get in a line together, whatever. I don't care. But we need to do that. But what I'm saying is, you have to come to a point in your life. Are you afraid of catching it dying? Okay, maybe you shouldn't go. If you're truly like, hey, you know what, I'm gonna take my chances. And most part, you're gonna be safe. For the most part, you like I said, look at me. I have zero symptom, none. I mean, there are people with runny noses. People have been throwing up. People got bronchitis. People got this, that, and the other. Even in their worst, they look like zombies and stuff like that. Uh, they're getting over it. Yeah, it's a tough week or so, to get over it. But you do come out of it. And then once you get it, then you'll have antibodies to fight it. You don't have to worry about it no more. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess it all depends on the person. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like, okay, I'm all set. Let me run free like a little bird. I learned how to fly. Let me fly. Bless you. So, hey, what's up, Jason in Paradise? So again, like I said, it's all up to the person. Do you want to go and just say screw it and go out and have fun? Or do you want to fear for your life and hide in your house? Then you do that too. Me, let me fly like a little birdie and let me go have fun. Open the park for me. I'll go. And I'll spend a little money, not enough to... How about this? Let me in, and people that aren't afraid, and we'll buy, we'll buy some souvenirs and play some games, and just keep like 2 employees to walk us around, ride to ride, and keep one restaurant. Say, hey, this is your pick. Keep one gift shop open and keep a few games open. We'll go play them. We'll put it this way: we'll do enough to pay for those people to be there. Well, what the president needs to do is open the United States, but not to the world. Keep the world out. Hey, I'm still, immunity or not, I'm still willing to go out. I don't care. I'm tired of sitting home. Call me selfish, call me an asshole. I'm tired of it. I still got 6 days now to stay away from people. And then I want to fly like a bird. At this point, I don't care anymore. Like, look, I don't want to die. Nobody wants to die. But guess what? At the end of the day, we're all going to die. There's nothing we can do about it. There is no God, no creature, no alien that's going to save your ass. So live life. Whether you die today or die 90 years from now. I don't know what to tell you. I'm ready to... For me, personally, I'm willing to risk it all to go have some fun and go back to my life. And so be it. If my stupidity kills me, then that's on me. It's not on you guys for me being stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's not for... Yeah, and like what Jason says. I can see what he's saying here. What's weird, it's showing up on the top there. Yeah, like, look, the way I look at it like this, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Is it Quaron Tullis? I don't know if that's how... I might be butchering your name. I don't know if I'm close. You can let me know if I'm close or wrong. Is it Quaron Tullis? I think that's it, but I could be butchering it, and I'm sorry if I did. Supposedly, U.S. Cop Watch works for corporate. I don't believe it. I don't know. I don't believe it, but that's me. I'm very skeptical of somebody coming in this chat room of only a few people watching, that somebody from corporate's watching this. I'm sorry, but I just don't see it. But that's me. I'm very skeptical about anybody. I've seen a lot of bogus people talk about bogus things that try to become popular and famous. So, hey, if you legit work for corporate, cool. If not, you're an idiot. So, there is no open... They said mid. That's not mid. It's almost mid. May 10th is not mid. Mid is like the 15th, 16th, around there. That's mid. That date's off by 5 or 6 days. Yeah, I think when the parks do open, they're gonna cut the capacity, whenever that is. They're gonna cut capacity. They're gonna try and I'm sure they may pull the government QR code thing on your phone, kind of thing like that. I don't know. Who the hell knows? You know. So there's gonna be different things that you can and can't do, and blah 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 blah. Whoa, it's crazy windy out there, man. The 10th, yeah, I mean, I could see it, but at the same time, I don't see it. I'm very skeptical. And you should question everything. You shouldn't just jump and be like, "Woo, he works for corporate." I wish it was corporate. I wish corporate Six Flags would call me, and not like that guy, because I don't know who that guy is, but like have a legit corporate person call me, or have Jen McGrath call me, so I know that it's legit. Like, tell corporate to contact Jen McGrath to contact me, that it's legit, and then talk business. That's what we could do. I mean, when they're talking 15th to 16th, that's the legit middle of the month. I don't know what days those fall on, but if you're saying mid May, if that's what you're going for, 15th, I don't know what days that falls on. That's probably the weekend. It could be the middle of the week. I don't know. But if that's what they're doing, and let me look. I'm just gonna look. Well, 15th is a Friday, 16th is a Saturday. That could be a possibility. Open it, or just open it during the day that day. Because look, I can guarantee you could actually just open it during the week anyway, during this, because states are closing the schools down. You got school, you got, what do you call it, kids doing online school. You think if a parent said, "Hey, you're not going to online school today, we're going to go to Six Flags," you bet your ass you're going to go to Six Flags. The kids are not I think all the states closed all the schools down, right? I think all of them did, even though they don't have stay-at-home orders. I don't know. Maybe there are kids still in classes somewhere where there's no stay-at-home order. Regardless, I don't think any kids are actually going to physically go back to the classroom this year. They go back in September. Number one. Two, I think once the third quarter ends, which is coming up like today, I'm sure there'll be I'm sure by now or beginning of May, they just in Rhode Island, they're just gonna shut it all down. They're just gonna. My kids didn't even wake up to do the schoolwork today. I woke up at 11. The kids were all sleeping. Not one of my 3 kids, and Devin's the good one, did school today. Just saying. That should tell you something. That should prove to you something, that a lot of this isn't working. It's working. It's not working. It is whatever. It's just a free-for-all. Nobody cares anymore. People are just over it. Like, whatever. So they could potentially open the parks up during the week. They really could. All right, let me go. I just been digging through some of the like news items that I've been seeing pop up. Oh, Indiana beach sale appears imminent, even though some rides have been ripped out. But they think next week that the Indiana beach, maybe this week, it's gonna open. We all know Apex Group went and filed bankruptcy. Disney World will furlough 43,000 union workers during coronavirus shutdown, which begins April 19th. What else is there? I'm just looking to see what there is and what there isn't. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Let me see. Why Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Norwegian Cruise line could all plunge on Monday. Stocks are down 70%. For Royal. Carnival and Norwegian saw 75%, 80% plunge. There's a new... Some had finally seen a glimmer of hope for cruise ship stocks. Now, though, the industry faces a new challenge that could send Carnival, Norwegian, and Royal into a collapse. What's the new... what the CDC expects from cruise ship companies. Extended its previous no sale order from cruise ships. On the previous order, the CDC had recognized the voluntary 30-day suspension that the company, the cruise lines, others had made, therefore choosing not to make the no sale order provisions apply. This time, though, the CDC order explicitly applies to all cruise ships. The order forbids cruise ship companies from operating within U.S. territory waters. It also requires those companies to come up with plans on how they will deal with COVID-19, which are then subject to review and approval by both the CDC and the U.S. Coast Guard. These plans must be put the onus of dealing with the coronavirus on the cruise ship operators with minimal expectation for help from federal, state, or local governments. The plans will require some specific provisions, including the following: monitoring passengers and doing medical screenings on crew members, training crew members on preventing the spread of COVID-19, planning for how to manage and respond to a COVID-19 outbreak on board. So it's going to take time. How long will cruise lovers be stuck in port? The city also set a potential timeline for how long no sale order could remain in effect. The Secretary of Health and Human declares that the coronavirus pandemic no longer constitute a public health emergency. Then the order could get lifted immediately. Alternatively, the director of the CDC could decide to rescind or modify the orders in response to the new data on public health or other factors. If neither of those things happens, then the orders would expire in its own accord 100 days after it's officially published in the Federal Register. So that doesn't let anybody know anything. They're just kind of stuck on, you're screwed. Yeah, I briefly talked about that, about Iger at Disney, because we didn't, there's not a whole, like 10 tons of news going on with it. Just that, he's back in the seat for a time to help. So, yeah, it's, that Iger thing is, I mean, like we've said about this, the whole thing. Nobody knew that any of this was going to happen. Nobody knew that. This virus. We just woke up one day and it was like, boom. It was like somebody shot off some nukes and just shocked the world. That's what this did. And then when you see what you got, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, whoa, like, what am I doing? So realistically, because of what do you call it, with Iger, the track record he has, like I was saying earlier before you came in, the track record that Bob Iger has, he's God, but he's not God. But to the board of directors and to the company, this guy is their savior. This guy has done a lot of things. He's got the most experience, even more than Bob Chapek, with dealing with all this stuff. And not a knock to Bob Chapek, as I don't really know much about him. I know some people love him, some people hate him, some people are excited, not excited about him taking over. And right now, to ease the stocks, to get the company back to where they need to be, he's the guy. He's been dealing with all this bull and all the crazy stuff going on through his career. He's the guy. He's the guy that you need steering the ship. And then once they get it to a spot, even if another outbreak happens and they got to shut down again, at least have Chapek by his side saying, look, these are the things that you got to do. This is what we got to do, blah, 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 blah. Let's go in that direction and do that. So Iger wanted out. Iger got reeled back in. They caught him like a little fishy and brought him back. And that's what he's doing. That's all there is to it for right now. And honestly, it's the best course of action. They need somebody like that back at Disney. There goes the theory of Iger at Six Flags. That would never happen, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, it would be financial suicide, but it's also it's financial suicide either way, to be open or closed. Everybody's screwed. You got to figure out how to make more money. It's going to come down to people. Look, if you can get, say you nip this in the bud, right? And then all of a sudden a second wave comes, people aren't going to listen the second time. They're not. People don't even want to listen the first time. It doesn't matter how much you lock people down. Like when I went to go get a coffee, the streets driving, I mean, I live in a small town out in the sticks. The traffic was just as busy as any other day before this started. There was cars everywhere, driving around, people going, doing whatever. People are done. People are like, I just don't care right now. I'm done with it. Whether that's bad or not, I just go from here to Dunkin' and back. I don't go in the store. I don't do nothing. It's killing me, trust me. What's today? So, like in 4 days or so, well, yeah, probably like that. In like 4 days, Jessica's mom will be here, moving in. And then they're going to start doing the construction on the what do you call it? The addition, the swimming pool, all that stuff. And we'll just deal with it as it comes. There's nothing we could do about it except wait for them to go ding, 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 go back out and live life. That's it. That's all we can do. Until that happens, we all got to eat the shit sandwich and just go on. Because it's what it is. But I really, in my heart of hearts, I don't believe that anybody is going to listen the second time around. Like, once you open the gates and you go, oh, no, we're closing it. Who the hell's calling me? Always calling me in the middle of when I'm doing it. Sorry, Dad. I'll call you back in a few. But yeah, like I said, we are in a weird time in life of something that's never been expected. We're stuck here, dreaming. Yeah, we're eating a poo-poo sandwich. We're dealing with all this stuff. We don't know what to do. We've never lived in it. We're sitting home going crazy. I never thought in a million years I'd be doing grow shows just about every day or playing Planet Coaster, doing a grow show. That's usually like once a week, kind of like everybody coming together, hanging out. People got lives. Nobody has a life right now unless, that you're an essential employee, which I thank you. But again, I don't know. It's stupid. Like, I mean, I know it sounds stupid that I'm saying that it's stupid, but it's just crazy nonetheless. It really is. It's something we've never been to. So now we're just sitting here going, we're twiddling our thumbs going, when are the parks going to open? When are the parks going to open? When are the parks going to open? When can I go to the movie theater? When can I live my life? When can I go back to work? When can I do this? That's all we're doing. We're just sitting here going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That's what it is. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, go see what my dad needed. And we'll remember tomorrow there is no Grove Show. Later on in the day, when I come back from doing what I have to do, we'll do some Planet Coaster kind of stuff and do a somewhat Grove Show while we're playing Planet Coaster. We'll hang out. I may do some Planet Coaster later, depending upon if I have power or not, because these lights keep flickering and all that stuff, as you see in the background. So I will see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys soon. Please stay safe. Don't get blown away in the wind if you have wind. And I'll see you guys at some point. Till then, everybody, keep on coasting, y'all. Peace.